There is an older way of seeing the world, another version of Genesis, unwritten but ancient and mysterious, another set of commandments telling of proper ways to behave toward the earth, toward animals, plants, everything in nature. This intricate system of beliefs and principles has been kept for generations in the memories of elders, passed on in cabins and camps to those who listen, while cold wind whispers in the surrounding forest. This world was made by Dotsonsa, the great raven, in a time too distant to comprehend. Some of Dotsonsa's power endures in his descendants, who watch over his domain from the treetops and high hillsides. A Koyukon Indian hunter, seeing a raven overhead, may speak to it. Tsikath, old grandfather, bring us good luck. This is the ancestral home of the Koyukon Indians, who hunt, trap, fish, and live in this vast forest country near the Arctic Circle. There are 11 Koyukon settlements along the Yukon River and its largest tributary, the Koyukon, in Alaska's northern interior. This program, and the ones to follow, will explore life in the Koyukon River villages, especially the ways people live on the land and the relationships they keep with the natural world. The Koyukon belong to a family of peoples called Athabaskan, whose homeland stretches across the entire northwest quarter of our continent. Only the Eskimo, a separate people with a different cultural tradition, live farther north. This is the world Raven made. Here, nature is not governed by God, as in Christian tradition. Nature is God. Ancestors of the Koyukon have lived here for at least 10,000 years, yet the land is as beautiful and wild today as it was in the beginning. How have they touched their environment so that scarcely a trace of their presence can be seen in the wild land away from their villages? The traditional ways that Koyukon people behave toward their natural surroundings may provide the answer.
Everything, you know, like moose, head skin.
Yeah.
And that Johnny Ullman used to tell me that take that way off from the village, haul it away, where there's nobody go around. That way you can keep your luck too.
This is a time of great change for the people of the Koyukon River, as a new way of life develops. Snow machines, store-bought clothing, chainsaws, and canned goods are examples of this change. But the Koyukon keep a strong hold on many of their traditions while they choose to live in the 20th century. We can see what is modern, but we must watch and listen carefully to discover what is uniquely Koyukon.
Boy, it sure turned nice and warm, huh?
Yeah.
Boy, that's clear water. You can just see your snakes down there. I just can't catch the booger anyway. Depend on luck.
Yeah.
Pure luck.
Skill and knowledge are essential for the hunt. But equally important is a hunter's favor with the animals, his luck. Of the one who has good luck, the Koyukon people may say, something took care of him. Lakes and ponds dot the landscape of interior Alaska. They are home to the beaver and highway for the trapper who must travel long distances in his searches. Hunters cover these distances more quickly now than they did a few years ago when people relied on dogs. Alfred Atla is from Hughes, a village located about 200 miles northwest of Fairbanks, just below the Arctic Circle.
And you try to sit on each side of the feed pile, one side or the other.
Henry Williams is from Allakaket, a neighboring village 60 miles upriver.
Yeah, the big one come out first, after you make noise. He'll investigate, make sure the coast is clear. I'm not very lucky with beaver though, Henry. Once in a great while I get him. He come after this bait, he's supposed to. And when he does come after the bait, he bite it off right next to the ice. He come all the way up. That's when he's supposed to get caught.
And he's put bait right in the middle.
Right in the middle. I just hope I don't stick it into my snares. Put one way down, make sure you have a chance to see the damn thing.
Alfred Atla's son, Wayne. Like many of the younger Koyukon, he has attended school outside his village and is well educated in the white man's way. But he is also deeply interested in his own traditions, in learning the ways of his parents and grandparents. He has lived in the city, but now wishes to strengthen his ties to the village and to the surrounding homeland. In this stand of trees not far from Hughes, he cuts firewood, a vital resource where the deep cold of winter lasts for half the year.
I like living off the land, and I like living with my people. Right now, I'm just in the initial stages of learning our culture. I'm beginning to look at the land and the animals at a broader view. I'm learning from my grandpa, learning from my dad, and they're very important to me as my teachers. The culture and the land are intermingled. You can't really separate the culture, the land, and our people. It's not superstition, it's something that's evolved over thousands of years, that's been practiced from one generation to the next. You do something wrong to a wolverine, a wolf, or a lynx, if you don't treat them right and you don't respect them, you're not going to catch that animal for a while. It's not just a superstition, it's something that's true.
Like all creatures in Raven's world, the moose is more than just an animal. The Koyukon hunter watching a moose knows that he, too, is watched. But this is not a kind of seeing done with eyes. The hunter must be careful in what he says, because all animals can understand, even hushed words spoken far away in the village. Knowing this, a man preparing to hunt might say only that he's going out to look around. This way, the animals will not know of his plans, nor will he sound so proud as to be certain that he can find them. A young man like Wayne Atla has much to learn about the animals and how to hunt them. Among the first lessons the elders teach is that animals will give themselves only to people who treat them with respect. For the disrespectful hunter, it is as if the animals became invisible. Tracks may lead to emptiness, as if nothing had made them. For the respectful hunter, they may quickly lead to what he seeks. An animal does not die all at once. Something fades from it, slowly, like an invisible glow that dims over days, weeks, even months. The moose is cut apart, its pieces put in different places, but there is still an awareness in its remains. If even a part of it is treated badly, the animal will know. The traditional Koyukon teach that everything in nature is aware and sensitive. The moon and stars, the earth and snow, the plants and animals. Every part of the natural world has a spirit that can easily be offended. It is said that a hunter who ignores this power and offends an animal will be punished with bad luck, sickness, even death. Wayne will take the meat, hide, the fat, and some of the organs home. Soup made from the head is a special delicacy, saved for village feasts called potlatches.
Well, this is going to be good at the potlatch. Delicious.
This is really frozen.
I had a real dull night last night, too. I'm going to cut up that ribs. I'm going to pass it around for a potlatch. Come in. Oh, Grandpa? I got some meat out there. I want to pass it around. I'll give you guys some, I guess, huh?
Yeah, okay. I thought get a little bit for tonight.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Some ribs?
Anything, yeah. You're going to give half to Henry and
Uh-huh.
show you how to do it.
Someone who takes a moose when meat is scarce should share most of it. There is a Koyukon saying, the more food you give away, the more food comes back. People are encouraged to be generous by the promise of luck. Young men learn important skills by helping more experienced trappers.
Usually never get nothing first time.
First time?
Yeah, this is the first time, yeah. Oh, yeah, this way, yeah. No ice and no beaver.
Can you pull this out? Yeah.
Go ahead. Nothing, never touched it, huh? He touched this guy, I bet you anything.
This is not an easy country. The old people tell stories of hardship and starvation. The Koyukon know that natural resources are limited, that they must avoid wasting meat or killing beyond need. As among all people, some of the Koyukon villagers believe and obey, others do not. But all are warned that if a person violates nature, his luck may vanish. What comes from nature here is a gift. Men from Hughes check their trap lines every few days. After catching one or two animals from a beaver house, the trapper pulls out his snares, leaving the smaller beaver as seed. This way, each house may be trapped for decades. Trappers speak with pride of their ability to take care of the country.
No, still with Chief Johnny. Johnny Ullman, I was all short of him, was not talking. I think we'll eat the rocky. Jaitikko, so I need to have it. To not no will show, no not lagati. That's no not lagati it has. Attack nicht, no Neil at it. So, Ochjaha, what a tahoe, that's the need to click at Nizal. Biggie, Shachal, coffee, is a was. It now, beaver meat, straight beaver meat, that's all. But we'll chat is on. I tell you, 22 beaver each of that. That's heavy, you know, the skin. We got 5 dogs. So we got dog pack too, all 5 of them. We got beaver skin, go, no do, it's don't have kicks. 1 pack shit on here, we go after bear. So that's enough. But I got beaver skin, that's all right. We can not cut the whole ass, go take her. Nice, no, what it is. The nuts and son. Look, it's nanny. Put the nut.
Yeah. That's it.
Cool.
Oh, this is it.
Finished it.
Yeah. 50 pound clear, who's the consider? Hold on, 50 pound, you could share 50 pound.
Got the one.
Big. Oh, next one.
Oh, no, okay. What the best of was good, she's beaver, or has he like or beaver, or has the slut on it. So cool.
이라고 보다시. 제가 됐었죠. 나 내가 할 때요. 내가 시리를 놓고 저 try 그 하기를. 나도 그거 이거 터졌어. 또 가비스 노날 그 도군 호텔에 또 호텔에 저 뭐가 잖아. 그 집에 저 저희 우들 갔다. But that no cabi ku honan la. Jo sko ka jo. Pe ku tal to go. No tom tis na no ki to go. So go to it.
Don't get your nail too close to the edges. Got to be a little bit in.
Thin skin around here, so you have to make sure you put enough nails before you go all the way around.
She go it next
to a blanket. It'll shrink.
Yeah, it shrink a little. Okay. Show you how to do it. You watch Narcisco, because this is first time that you're going to watch this. You too, Wayne. See, this, you have to watch this part here. This part here, they always leave it to this hit. That's what some people do. Most of the people do that. See, you cut them off like this.
But to keep your luck up. Oh, yeah. Keep it all.
I mean, yeah.
Beaver are an important source of food, and their hides are valuable for clothing and for trade. Beaver also have a very powerful spirit. Joe Beatus teaches that a person who cuts up a beaver must not only know how to butcher the meat, but also the ways to do it respectfully. If the throat is cut, or blood is spilled where someone might step over it, beaver will shun that trapper's snares.
That's one thing, you see, there's not much blood on this cardboard. In fact, cut that neck off right here and cut that blood vein before you finish around here. You get blood all over the place around the floor. And when you get blood all over the floor, you know, it's all right if you do it on top of the cardboard. But you can spoil your luck that way too. That's what they say anyway. You can cut them up like that and hang them up on the fish camp too. Strip like that. Then it'll dry out that way. Before freezer come, they soak it in the pan, you know, in the water. And then let it soak overnight and boil it. That's what my mother used to do. Really good. There's lots of things that you guys don't know. You need to know. Maybe you wouldn't believe it, but it's better to know it because that you old people, you can follow it. Hold this.
Helen Atla prepares moosehead soup for a potlatch, where villagers gather to share the best foods from the land and also food from the community store. No social event is of greater importance. Speeches are given before a potlatch, usually by the elders, to thank those who gave food, to pass along traditional knowledge, and to provide guidance for the younger people.
Oh, Bashi, see this potlatch, food potlatches. I see this ever since I was a little boy up Alakakat. And when I go someplace, I see people doing it all over down around Yukon and all the way up Tanna River too. I've been into Mento, I've been into Ninano. They do the same thing. Some people making soup that's pretty good, you know. That's what our old cultures used to do. Even out camp, they go in one tent and then they had food once in a while. Because in the daytime, the old people, the men, they used to hunt, and they always keep this up. And I'm glad that you people do this cooking. Thank you.
Gathered together for a potlatch, the people of Hughes express the most important links in their lives: their social connections to each other, their physical dependence on the harvest, and their spiritual ties to the natural community.
I want to get rid of this bone out here.
Alfred Adler takes bones from the moose back to the woods to bait traps set for fur animals like fox and wolverine. But he also returns the skin from the moose's head to this quiet place in the forest as a final gesture of gratitude.
When you skin the hit, you're not supposed to put it where on the trail or something. You're supposed to put it where there's, hang it up where there's no, people never travel back and forth. But the old timers say anyway.
The cycle is complete. The moose has given itself to the hunter, and through him and his family, to the other villagers. In turn, they have treated its spirit carefully, showing that they're worthy of this great gift. Tradition binds the Koyukon people to a strict code of moral responsibility toward their environment. Here is the reason why, though they have lived here for thousands of years, their homeland remains undamaged. There may be lessons for all people in the traditional lifeways of the Koyukon. Late winter days are brilliant with sunshine. Temperatures are rising, and the longest season will soon end. Spring will come to the Koyukon Valley.
Major funding for this series was provided by KUAC TV, University of Alaska Fairbanks, Arco Alaska Incorporated, and Koyukon Limited. To learn more about Koyukon Athabascan culture, read Richard K. Nelson's book, Make Prayers to the Raven.